The fact is that, Las Vegas went from having the highest employment to the lowest employment in the United States of America virtually overnight. The interesting thing for me is that it still made $19 billion last year. This strip that's, 5 miles long, is the entertainment capital of the world. Well, the famous Welcome to Vegas sign is, there is a tunnel, and that tunnel is a storm drain. And Las Vegas is basically in a bowl, and the strip sits in the middle of the bowl. And if it rains too much in the mountains, which it does rain, believe it or not, there's snowmelt up there, it comes down and it has to be redirected under the strip. And people live in these storm drains, and they have formed their own little communities down there.
How long have you been living down in the tunnels?
11 years off and on.
11 years? So, you came here, when you were in your 20s, yeah?
Yeah, I was 22.
What brought you to Vegas?
Me and my cousin came on vacation.
How long were you planning on staying?
Just for a weekend, a 4-day weekend.
And how much money did you bring with you?
We came with $3,000 each.
So, what happened that weekend?
Went out, started gambling, drank a little, did a little drugs. After I lost all my money, we ended up cashing payroll checks. It was a fake check.
Well, they spotted they were forgeries, right?
Yeah. We never made it from the cashier's cage.
It's a story really of have and have-nots, and it's also sort of, in a way, a barometer on the United States of America, because, as we know, there are areas of affluence, but there is extreme poverty there at the same time, and people often forget that about the United States of America. Historically, it has had some dreadful times, and in a way, in many ways, Las Vegas reflects that. And it also reflects the fact that the corporations that now own those casinos make $19 billion, but they pay virtually no tax, and most of that money leaves that city and never stays behind. I spoke to this amazing guy called Steve Sear, who's a harpooner. And what is a harpooner? A harpooner is a person who gets whales. Right where the Vegas sign is and the tunnel is that has the people living in it, there is also an airport, and Learjets and even bigger Gulfstreams, etc., arrive by the hour with people who are prepared to spend $100 million that weekend. That's a whale, and a whale needs a harpooner, Steve Sear. He made a very, very good point to me about people who go to Vegas and want to gamble. He said, you go to an investment broker and you say, I'm prepared to put £1,000 in, what kind of return are you looking for on your money? Well, if you got £100 back on your £1,000 investment, you'd be quite happy, wouldn't you? But the problem with Vegas is people come with $1,000 and want to go back with $1,000. He said the best thing that can happen to anybody at that level is they win on the last roll of the dice before their plane leaves. Because if you win on your first night, you are going to go home potless.
My biggest player, his average, every roll of the dice, 180,000. 180,000 every roll of the dice. It's a beautiful
And how many
thing.
times did he roll that dice?
Oh, last trip he played about 7 hours. I was even freaking out. You get a little jaded, but it was exciting. He was up $3 million. He got greedy, tried to win $4 million, and he lost it all.
Go to Vegas, have a great time. But that's the whole point. Don't go there with $1,000 or $50 and expect to walk home with $1 million. Because remember one thing, the odds are always stacked in favor of the house.